It's just touch the notes and make some music. And I'll go over how to trial and error actual songs. Like if you wanna import Barbie Girl in here, let's say you want to make your own Barbie Girl song in this sort of violin-y sound. You can go ahead and do that, um, and you can do it by just figuring it out. You don't even have to listen to the song. Actually, I'll show you. Let's find a decent sound, something that's going to sound cool. I think the xenophone, that sounds a bit cool. That is mint. That is really, really, really good. That's even better. This might be decent for it kind of sounds like Zelda music. Where'd that song go again? I think it's see. So that's roughly the Zelda song, and I just figured it out now through trial and error. What you gotta do is, if you wanna do Mario Bros theme or something like that, what you do is so you gotta think da da da, and find that note. That happens to be the E key on your keyboard, and W doesn't work. Q works. So da 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 da. And I guessed T, and it was right. Next key might be difficult. And it happens to be the B key, right at the bottom of your keyboard, because your keyboard isn't just this long piano thing. It's, keyboard for typing. I don't know what else to say about it. It's a keyboard. But anyway, so you gotta go all the way down to the bottom to get that shit. So that's the B key. So what have we learned so far? E, 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 Q, E, B, B. See what I mean? And we can even go further. No, so it'd be Q, B. So Q, B, C. So I went to N, M, J, N. So that was B, Q, E, R, W, E, and that was Q, and then N, M, B. And I don't know how to play that song, and I'm playing it on a keyboard. So you might be asking, well, Evan, how did you do that though? That's what I was trying to explain. You just have to kind of do. You have to know the melody, and you have to keep the first note in your mind. Do. So you want to find the first note. You find it, E, and then you want to hold on to it. And then when you hold on to that note, you can anchor onto that, and then you can think about what's the next note in the song. So you want to find da. So we're like, boom, Q. It's not too far below the E. It's pretty close. So you just check the keys that are kind of close. And then you might think that the next note, the T here, this one, it sounds like it's going to make a major chord. So you can just kind of guess that it's Q, E, T. Because it wouldn't be like this. That's playing the R. Because that's, it doesn't work. So you can just kind of guess that it's a major chord. And then B. B, it's lower, so it's a bit more trial and error. The further away it is from the key that you anchored yourself on, it's a little bit harder to guess. But you can really just start matching things up just from the melody in your head. You don't have to be a musician. You just anchor yourself at a note and then use trial and error to find the melody. So, I don't know, for humor's sake, let's see if we can put Barbie Girl in this somewhere. So we gotta find a good old sound here. Well, that doesn't seem to be working. There we go. You can brush my hair. No. So that's Y, R, Y, I, 7, and then Y, T, E. That's 7, and then Y, T, R. This is played on some weird metal bars sound. At least I figured that out. Really, there's so many different presets here. You can definitely like tickle these knobs here. Oh, that sounded wrong. You can definitely, tweak the little knobs all over here and then make your own sound. But what I'd recommend is just using the presets. That's one of the reasons I included this amazing free synth here. Dulcet is one of the most unique synths I've ever heard, really. There's a synth by Imageline called Sakura that is kind of similar to this. It's meant to simulate like the body of an instrument. It's supposed to be sounding a little bit realistic, but even then it doesn't have quite the same essence as this synth has, and this is a very, very nice synth. So this is Crapovarius, Stradivarius, but this one supposedly sounds like crap. Let's see. How many? So yeah, that might work. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. Spacebar plays stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Anyway. I don't know. I think I need like a bit more of a fat plugin. The only problem with Dulcet is it's mono. It's not in stereo, so you don't have like that huge fat sound that you're used to. It's a little bit smaller. But that is not a problem. Another thing we can do, and actually you can right click and you can replace. What we want to replace it with is this subtractive. No. It's an additive synth called Harmer, and watch out, it's loud out of the box. Let me mind your ears. I'm gonna press the T key here. Ooh, that's bad. Oh man, sorry, very, very sorry about that. It is loud, and the amount of times I've like scared the shit out of myself by just trying to press the key because of Harmer, but I forgive it because it's awesome. Harmer is the shiz. I swear, it's so good. So you have a bunch of bell noises here. But I think let's see what Jade sounds like. The cool thing about Harmer, it happens to already be detached for some reason. I don't remember enabling that in this session. I guess it keeps your settings in FL Studio 12. Didn't do that in 11. But anyway, this is the keyboard. That's pretty legit. That sounds really cool. So I don't know if we're gonna be doing what I said we're gonna be doing. I don't know if we'll do Barbie Girl because it just doesn't really fit. But we can definitely do something. So remember what to do. It's probably be a quiz here. But anyway, you do right click, piano roll, bada boom, bada bing. You're exactly where you want to be. I'm just gonna do this. There's easier ways to do it. You can just hit full screen and it just fills the whole thing. I don't know what I was doing. Just call me a scrub lord and call it a day. Anyway, this is a keyboard. You got this neat sound. I really like that sound. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm trying to think of what would be like a neat little, trap usually has these little tiny melodies that are usually like minor. They're not major melodies. They're not ballads. They're just kind of like creepy almost. So I think it'd be better. I want them to be a bit longer. Not too long though. Ooh. Ooh, I have no idea why that's happening. Let's change snap here. Oh, it's 1/4 step. I just want to change it to step. And, ooh, that's odd. This is one result of, like, basically you get the same length of a thing every time you click it, and you can't shake that. After you've clicked it, you're done. You know what I mean? And you're stuck with that. So what you either have to do this, turn snap onto none, and as you can see, the grid gets much finer, and you have to manually adjust the size, or oops, very, very conveniently, you can use the slice tool. You see? What you do is you just kind of drag it over the part that you do not want, the undesirable part, and you just go ahead and hit the delete key. Bam! That is gone. And now what you gotta do is you gotta click it, and boom! It is now in the memory banks. And every time you want a little key that size, you can get it. Let's see what this sounds like. Sounds kind of neat. Let's keep adding more. Ooh. That's pretty cool. I gotta admit. Very, very intense, high energy sort of thing. I have no idea if it's gonna fit with the song, but if it does, I'm gonna be dancing. Because when you have really cool patterns like this, you so want them to fit with the song, but sometimes they just don't. And you have to waste the poor thing or really change it, and it loses its magic. You just feel like making an entire other song around it. Occasionally. Okay, often. But let's see. It's kind of the fun part. You get to see if it works. And I hate it when this happens. Look, this pattern is only this big, but for some bizarre reason, like, oh, wait, what I was going to complain about didn't actually happen. Usually, for some reason, things just end up being selected that big, even when they're only that small, right? It's quite frustrating, but it wasn't the case this time. I'm not sure why on the playlist it drew them as long things, and it's still drawing them as long things. That's confusing. Yeah, this is just a glitch fest today, isn't it? Remember, you gotta click something before you can go ahead and paint it. So let's see what this sounds like. Probably what we want to do is do some automation to adjust the volume so it just gets louder over time. I'm just going to do that now so I can show you how to do it. So you'll hop into here, your happy little harmer, and what's it doing? What's it doing? Oh yes, we're doing automations here. what we want to do is just move it slightly. You see? Just wiggle it around a little bit. Then you go to Tools, you go to Last Tweaked, and then Create Automation Clip. Ooh, what's this mysterious automation clip, I wonder? We're about to find out. Let's do this! Alright, Create Automation Clip. Bam! Whammo, blammo, camo. Camo's so ugly. Actually, there's a new Canada Goose Check instead of camo. Pretty cool. This is not a clothing course. Anyway, the clothing course even sell? Probably not. Well, let's see what happens here. What is this thing? What could this possibly be? This is automation, sir. Now, let me go over the controls here. If you right-click anywhere on the line, it will create a kind of pivot point. And it's really frustrating because it will move. And this is the volume of Jade, the volume of this sound up here. So, you know, one little bend and the volume is all messed up for the entire track. It's really hard to avoid that, even if you're all super zoomed. You can actually, look at this. Boom, you can change the size of this, and a much longer one really benefits automation because you have much more finesse. I'll change size there and whatever. You can edit a lot of things. So just to prove my point, see it here. And you see it's longer so you can be more accurate and keep volume the same. So what we want to do is do this. We want to drag this thing, now that we have a pivot point over here, we want to drag this thing all the way down and we can see what happens. What do you think is going to happen? That's a quiz. All right, so let's see. This is gonna sound sick. Let's do this. This is really hyping me up. That sounded really cool. You see how it like raised from really low volume? Oh, one thing. You know, I just set up all these things from afar like a boss. Don't do that. Don't do that because, look, you got a big old gap here that completely ruins the timing of the entire song. Never like do that from afar. I've done it so many times and like, why does that not sound right? And I go in, I'm like, ooh, turns out I did something I shouldn't have done. Just zoom in. It's not hard. Just zoom in. Whoa. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what's happening. I thought it was something weird for a second. These ones seem a bit too close together. Did I mess it up? Yeah, I did. There we go.